How you guys doing? Today on Age of Empires Mobile, we've got a really fun one because it's technically a long video in the time it's taken to record it, because it's going to be my MGE push, and kind of I'm just going to showcase my MGE push myself, right? And help you guys if you need to do it yourself on what is needed to technically win or get a position in your server. So with that, you know what to do: smash like, comment, and subscribe. And let's dive into the MGE, because it is day one, and obviously right now my points is at 104,000. If you technically click on, it keeps going up because we've got the auto field battle rolling, right? So we're just letting all of our marchers kind of go crazy and kill as much as possible. And this is because I do have the stamina to do this. So at the moment, I did use around 2,000 stamina on the plus over maximum, and I honestly just let it fly. And that is just allowing me to do stuff like technically record this video without having to worry about obviously mid-maxing the energy regen. However, if we go into it, I still have a bunch of stamina I could be using for my account. And the cool thing about doing this, as you guys know, when you're killing barbarians, especially these level 30s, which are all the things that I'm only killing, as you can see through the area, I'm getting maximum XP plus obviously the maximum rewards for your account, which is obviously giving you some kind of healing back that you're going to be needing. But it's more importantly the actual XP. It's the XP and obviously even the skill points for all of your commanders that you're going to be working on. So it's going to be good because it's going to allow you to kind of push in a variety of ways. So that is day one. We're kind of rolling right now into it. So rank 2 in here, if you look at the actual rankings, you can see this is it's all right, right? It's okay. If you guys didn't know, in MGE, the first 2 and technically 3 days doesn't really set the tone. But if you are in a fixed MGE, it does help, because if you're more of the lower spender and you're able to actually push a ton of power, but you're able to actually circumvent maybe 1,000,000 points or so in these early stages, right, through the growth and through the gathering resources and even just killing tribal raids, because you can see this guy almost doing 250k in one go, which is really good to see. It's almost a quarter done on this one area which you need, because once you hit race against time and unit training, you're going to be pushing power. That's where you're going to be gaining the buffs for your account. So this is going to be where the major deciding factors are going to be. And don't worry, I am going to record each day for you guys, and then obviously you got the power boost and then go all out. So how am I going to do this, right? How am I technically going to do this? Because there is, if you go on each stage, ways of looking at all of the different areas, and I'm going to kind of showcase on my account on this particular day all of the different stuff for points. And then you can see in the video, we're going to cut it and you'll see me doing the hero growth day and in each of the other days in here. So the first one is we've got crafting gear, and obviously crafting epic and legendary gear is going to give you 5,000 and 30,000 points. You want to ignore the rares, and from what I've been told and what I'm going to be doing is mainly going for the epic gear. So once I've actually crafted all my epic blueprints, then I will go on to the legendary section, and that is going to be the best way to get technically the maximum amount of points for my account, especially in the forging section. With this, you can upgrade heroes. So there's epic heroes, legendary heroes. Obviously, then there's legendary epic scrolls and legendary skill scrolls. And the cool thing about this, on day 2, I have some of this to go and be ready to use. So you can see we've been spinning for Lubu. So we're going to hit the 2 stars on Lubu. And if we need to exchange any of these 48 tokens to get him to 3 stars, we're going to have to do that anyway, right? On top of that, we've got other heroes again, like Guan Yu here, Harold, and just more heroes to technically just level up with their star rating, which is kind of cool, like Julius Caesar here. We've got 25 sculptures to use on my Julius Caesar, right? And it's going to be nice to get some free points for doing that on day 2. But on top of that, we can take advantage of stuff like Lubu's Armor Piercer skill. If I'm going to level up any of these epic skills and just keep one on for a budget build, it's going to be Armor Piercer, and this is an easy one. I've got over 300 skill scrolls to max it out, so I'm able to max out any of these if I choose to. And then on top, if we go to stuff like Guan Yu, I can do the same thing by like importing up his Armor Piercer, and on top of that, we can unlock the critical insight and level this up if we need to level it up. Because if we go into, for example, a legendary skill on one of my heroes, so if we go to like Mulan, you can see we've already got enough, 243 to go. So we can do a nice good push on a load of skills on my heroes and power them up, right? So that's going to be a really good day on day 2. It's going to feel good to get that power for you guys, and you can see why now. I really wanted to make this video and kind of lay out the blueprint for you guys, because a lot of you will probably keep pushing 24/7, and sometimes it's just good to bite the bullet and just kind of log in, do what you need to do, and that's it. Just that is it. Don't push any harder and just save, because you're going to get that opportunity once to actually go kind of crazy, power up, and potentially win a good hero, because I am on the board, as you guys will know, to get one of these heroes, right? We're going to get potentially some Julius Caesar sculptures here, which is really good for our, whole thing. But if we go to the overall end, you're going to be earning, obviously, some good old KHAM sculptures. So that's kind of what we're open to go for. Get the KHAM, get him over and done with, unlock him for our accounts. It's going to be kind of nice for us, right? So that's going to be kind of it. When it comes to the gathering resource section for you guys, all I'm going to suggest here is, as you can see, everything is at 1 apart from spinning in the legendary advent. So the best way, if you want to try and get any extra points in these early ones, is you can stock up all 5 of your marchers to go and max farm 5 tiles, and they should come back on reset. So as soon as it hits 0,0,0,1, and this is live, as you can see, the gathering resources, you bring them all back, you're going to get a massive amount of points, and then you send them all out again, probably sleep, and then carry on doing the same thing, and then spin some legendary advents if you like to. So that's kind of it for the main stages. Apart from that, you can imagine we're going to be pushing power, and I'm going to talk about those parts more when we get to it. So for now, that's going to be today's section of the MGE, and we're going to keep pushing here and keep pushing in the background, and you guys will have to wait until the next day on how many points I actually get in the tribal raid section from pushing, just from killing tribesmen. So with that, let's take a break. Let's move on to tomorrow. Oh, it's been technically 24 hours and we're in the evening on day 2. And welcome, we're on day 2. And if you guys are wondering, this is the hero growth push. This is where I'm going to get quite a lot of points for myself, and I'm going to showcase how. Because we're going to be crafting gear. So there's rare, epic, and legendary gear. This gets 5,000 and 30,000 points. And we're going to do as many epic gear as I can first, and then I'm going to go into the legendary. And we've worked it out, points per consumed speed up. The epic is the best choice, and then going into the legendary. So that's what we're going to try and do on our account. And then, as you guys know, we've got the legendary epic scrolls, the medals to be using on our heroes. So that's what we're going to start off first. We're going to upgrade all of the heroes that we've been waiting on. So let's see what we have to our disposal. So we've got, obviously, our good old Lubu here, and he's been upgraded, right? So we've got that upgraded. Technically, if I wanted to max him out, I'm going to need 93, and I've only got 49, so I can't go for that 3-star yet. But I could be saving up on that, which I am going to be doing, and getting a 3-star Lubu. But that's going to give us some points on our account. Then coming across again, going to every basically hero here and just putting in their sculptures. So Harold got some nice sculptures here. 18, 16 there. We could, hopefully, if we were spinning a bit unlucky, we could have had those upgrades too. If we come down, let's see, we've got Julius Caesar. No, I need to upgrade. We've got a bunch for him here, so let's start putting them in. This is from obviously the Hero Expedition, if you guys are wondering, and this is what I'm going to be working on towards at the moment. We've already done Octavians. I do kind of fucked up on that. I should have saved them, to be fair. And then coming down, I think, to be honest, guys, that might be a lot of the sculptures done, because to be honest, I don't have that many heroes already undone. You know what I mean? Like we were kind of bad on that side of things. However, we do have some other things we're going to be doing anyway. So first thing is we've got scrolls to be using. So what I'm going to first do is actually max out this armor piercer, because it's a pretty good skill, and if I'm going to just save and be a bit more budget friendly on my account at the moment, I'm going to be using armor piercer still. So we've got 330 of these bad boys, so we can put it up into the star rating here, and we can max it out, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to max that out, so that's all of them done, all of them consumed, giving us a nice upgrade on there. And then when it comes to more skills now, I am going to unlock Ripper Tiger, just because this is like obviously the main bread and butter for this hero, so we could replace this on, have it set up kind of budget, but we will, as I said, we're going to upgrade this a little bit. I don't know if we're going to go crazy for now. Maybe in the comments you can let me know how high you would go, but I'm feeling 2-star is enough. Just going for 2 stars at the moment. We'll push for the 3-star later down the line, because I can go down now to my other heroes, right? So we can look at, for example, my Attila here. I could go for a 3-star CI on my Attila, which could be a lot more versatile on obviously putting him on different heroes like my Mulan, and obviously on Guan Yu too if I need to. Or we could look at some of the other heroes. So we could put 2-star on the King's Blade, and then come down and start looking at some of these other skills we've got on heroes like 2-star King's Blade on Trib. We could probably 2-star both of these skills. And then even looking down, obviously we've just unlocked Julius Caesar, so I can't upgrade him either. Not obviously on Octavian. We're not going to touch any of those heroes. So maybe that's going to be the route. You know, I'm actually thinking about this as we go, and I'm gonna upgrade the CI first. So this is going to give us obviously a nice chunk, 100 used, but we're going to bite that bullet just so we can have a nice 3-star setup on Attila, which feels really good for the account. And then we are going to upgrade a King's Blade here on our good old Ranit. That's going to leave us with 30 remaining. So in reality, if we wanted to, we could upgrade 1-star on a skill. So maybe like on this Executor, on my Yodit, we can just put the 20 in there, which I'm gonna actually do, right? So that's just kind of plotting those on. Obviously, I would recommend you guys, if you're gonna do some sort of skill investments, do a little bit more research, do a little bit more, you know, writing down what you're actually going to do compared to me kind of doing it on the fly there. But I do have a good overall idea of the direction of my account. And to be fair, I'm kind of happy with that progression so far, right? So that's kind of nice. So with that now, we can jump out and look at the MGE score, and you can see I'm already almost about to hit 1 million points. And that is just from obviously using the little bit of legendary medals we've done and the scrolls with that, right? We could go through the epics, and I might do that off video so we're not consuming all the time. But now we're going to get to the big brunt of stuff. We're going to start actually crafting gear, and we did have this kind of cooking already. So what we're going to do is actually go into here and actually test something out before, because I don't know this, and I think a lot of you guys will ask in the questions, but we're on 897, right? So if we craft, for example, an epic gear, that should go up by 5,000. If it's a rare gear, it's going to go up by 1,000, or if it's a legendary gear, it's going to go up by 30,000. And I wondered if that works with these blueprints here. So what we're going to do is actually quick use craft this, and this is going to give us 1,000 points, it's saying. So if we come out, go into the MGE, go and check right now, we should be on 898, and we are. So that's granted us 1,000, which is pretty good. But let's see if, and then this is what you guys are probably wondering on, if I hit an epic or a legendary from here, am I going to get the same actual points, or am I only going to get 1,000? So now we had 898. We should be gaining 5,000, and we do. We gain 9,000. So one of the best ways we could technically roll the odds on is going to be these actual gray ones, which we might do after we complete all of my epic actual gear first, because this is going to guarantee me, no matter what, 5,000 points each single try, right? So that's what we'll do. We'll start off on the randoms. We're going to minus all of these off, get them in, and let's start gaining a bunch of points. So we're at 903k, remember, and by the end of these epics, we'll see how many points we are able to actually obtain. So we're going to speed up, hit the quick, speed up, hit the quick, speed up, hit the quick. And I do like the fact that in the forge, because you can queue up 5 at a time like that, you can get them all done, right? So boom, claiming all of these bad boys, and we're getting some archer blueprints. Nice. I need these archer blueprints for obviously my main archer march. We're going to be working on that first, and then down the line I'm going to be working on my infantry, and then pikemen, and then actually cavalry. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be upset, but don't worry, I have method to the madness in that. So let's put in these next ones. It's jumping all the way up, so I need to make sure we go into the next purple here, and we're going to speed up again. So you can do it that way, which you just kind of saw, or if you hit the forge button and then hit the forge again, when you come into this menu, this is the way you can speed it up all in one go, right? So if you just kind of wait one too quick there, you'll see it pop back up, right? So you can click go again, click go again, and then you're done on this one, because it should be 5, and then you can claim all 5. So it is a faster way if you are figuring out how to do it fast, instead of doing it one at a time, like you saw before, and watching all of the animations pop, because that is a little bit slow, I will admit, for anyone to go. So we are nicely going through this, and I hope you guys are enjoying this type of video. It's the first time, obviously, me doing kind of like an MGE push, and you're watching me do it technically live as it's happening. And this might be the first one, and maybe we do another one in the future if you guys really, really liked it, and see if we can go for maybe a rank 1 position, something absolutely just crazy, right? But hope you guys are enjoying the effort I'm putting here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of skip forward in time and complete all of the epic ones until the last batch, and then we'll come back and see how many points I've gained from just the epic gear crafting that we've done. So we are back, and this is the final actual batch of obviously these boys. So we're going to forge and speed up the final 5, and let's see how many score we actually produce for our account here, because I am curious. We did craft quite a lot there, and if you guys paid attention at the beginning, we will see. But we had what I want to say 903 or 897 before we went into these epics. So it's going to be seeing hopefully a nice little amount of score coming out of these, and then we'll see where the real power from this stage is going to be lying at. So if we come out of this area, if it wants to let me out, let me out. Let me out. Cancel game. Will you let me out of the area? I don't want to I don't want to craft anything. Escape. There we go. We got out. We're out of hell. So coming into the Mice Governor now, let's see where we're at. Ooh, 1 million points. We're at 1,093,000, and that's just from the epic. So we basically got what, about like 100,000 and a 200,000 score from them. Not too shabby, but now you gotta think, guys, every time we're doing one of these, we are going to be gaining quite a lot. So I can get 300k from basically crafting all of these ones. It's going to cost me 23 hours. It's 3k a pop, or we could roll 500s and potentially get legendaries anyway and epics. And that's what I'm going to be doing now. So I'm actually going to be emptying out until we hit 0 on here, and then once we've done that, I'm gonna check the score again with you guys, update it, and then we'll come back into finally the legendary forging for my account, and we can kind of see what we've got access to and then kind of dismantle everything we don't need on there. So with that, let's dive into hopefully the future. So we are back on the final four, and as you guys kind of saw, I wouldn't say I was that lucky. I got some decent epics, and yeah, I did cheese some, obviously, legendaries, right? But I was hoping to get some more legendaries and cheese even more, obviously, blueprints. We can't all be beggars, right, when we're going for hard, but we got one legendary there. We'll take that. Nice, 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 right? So from the big, what was it, 29 or 31, we're down to 12k, right? So we can basically go into our forge here and forge up to, as you can see, 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's 4 perfectly here to finish this on. So that's kind of where we're going to be at. And if we look at our good old, if we double escape out of here once it wants us out again, you will see on the MGE now, we have 1.2 million points, and that's from doing all of the epics you've seen and all of, obviously, the extras. And now we're doing 4 more, so you can see we're going to get 120k extra points for this zone. So if we just forge through here and kind of just like speed it up, and I know we need some more, and we can check out the bag, by the way. It's just in case I've got any more meteorite in there, because if you guys didn't know, you can find meteorite obviously in the open field, and when you do, it does enter your good old backpack. So I'm happy though we're getting all of our archer gear for my upgrading stage later down the line. And if we go into the inventory, we have a quick cheeky look. We got some chests here that we could have used for more legendary gear, which we don't need to do at the moment, and I think we're good to go. Like, I think we are good to go, because they would have been right at the top if they were. Yeah, so that is going to be technically my gearing day 2 push, and you can see I've actually finished rank 29. We've got 1.4 million points from this stage, which is pretty good. And if you guys go to the rankings, you can see on the stage it says 29 here. Nice push from everyone else, 6.5. You can definitely see they've gone for maybe a gear push. Maybe they saved a couple more on the good old heroes. But if we go into stage 1, we did finish, guys, rank 2. We got 233k points from just killing tribesmen. So when you go to the overall stage, I am at the current stage only rank 24, right? So if we're going into the rewards here, we do need to get into that top 10 to get the RAM unlock, right, for our account. So let's see how things go later on in here. Is it going to be successful? Are we going to get technically sniped out and someone's going to push us out of the spot later down the line? Who knows? But day 3 is going to be gathering resources. That one's going to be a little bit quick stage, I'm going to be honest, when we're covering it. But for now, we are done. We can't gain any more points. We can't craft any more gear. We can't use any more medals apart from the epics, which we're going to do off stream just to try and get this a little bit higher to help us out later on in the race against time and unit training zones, right? So with that, let's go into, again, the future, and hopefully we're landing on day 3. How you guys doing? This is the next day. It's all about troop training, and basically I wasn't able to fully record myself doing it, so we're going to just review the footage that I did record, because as you can see, we did do some pushing early morning. So rank 9 at the moment, 12.8 million points, and that is overall we're looking at. So just think from the earlier stages, from obviously the building, the hero growth and so on, I have been pushing. But in this stage, you're going to see me going even harder, because we're going to kind of go over my process, right? What was I doing in the troops training stage in particular to get up, right? So as you can see, I'm going absolutely fast for the trading speed. But in the early part of this, where I actually gained quite a lot of points, especially over, I think, 5.5 million points, was promoting. I promoted all of my tier 5 troops into tier 6. And by doing that, I gained a massive threshold. It was super cheap too, because obviously I've already trained pretty much 4/5, right, of the cost compared to the T6 being done. So I like the fact that that was a really cost efficient way of doing it. But since then, all you gotta do is hard promote, hard train, should I say. And I was training loads. And what we're gonna do is actually come into the main game now, because we can go over this whole stage properly in the current rankings, because we are on the final day. This is the final day, and then the next part you're going to see is me waking up to see if I've done enough to win KHAM on the account or not, which is going to be, honestly, a ride. It's been a really emotional roller coaster, because when we go into the actual Mightiest Governor event, you can see I'm at rank 6 on the go all out stages. And what we're going to do is go through all of these, right? Because when you go into the rankings in each stage, I wasn't obviously pushing too hard in stage 1. I used a lot of it in the previous MGE and the MME to help my alliance, obviously, when we needed it. In the hero growth, though, we gained 2.1 million points. So that's just from hero scrolls, hero medals, and basically the little points that you can get in there. Stage 3, we didn't do too much. Honestly, look, we didn't do at all, nowhere near enough gathering as we could have done, or even span the wheel for our account. So we've been kind of timid on that stage, which we could have easily got at least 1 million points, which would have helped me a little bit in the long run. But then it came to stage 4, the one you guys have been waiting on. And stage 4, race against time, I got 5.1 million points from honestly pushing all of my buildings, especially my buildings for training troops, to level 26. Then I did a lot of research too. That allowed me to obviously complete this to a nice little factory stage. And then we got what I would consider the deciding maker. This is where a lot of the positions are going to be decided, and the next 2 days is just about you upkeeping at least a decent, point advantage. So if you're going to stage 5, we're on unit training, and you can see I went off. I just got pushed out of the top 10. It's fine. But look at that. 11.1 million points, guys. We went hard in that section you just saw. And when we look at my account in a moment, especially when we go to the troops of my account, it feels a lot better from where I was at. And now, especially with the MGE being once a month, I should easily keep growing my troop count now. So 11.1 million points we pushed on unit training. And then you got the power booster then. This one wasn't too big for me. All I was doing here, which I will showcase in a second, we're going around resource buildings and actually upgrading resource buildings, because the more resource I was actually injecting into my account now, especially coming into the more late game of the building side of things, I'm going to need all the resource I can get. So I actually got a cheeky 1.2 million points from that, and you'd be surprised at what it looks like now for someone especially that started out at about 16.1 million power on day 1, or 16.3, 16.4, but we're on the final day. Go all out. And you can see I'm on 1.8 million. I'm still pushing, and I'm in rank 6 position. And what that does for me currently in the overall rankings does put me in rank 8. I've got 22 million points, which is nice, because the thing is, it looks like me and Ryu should hopefully get the spot. And what it appears to me is GTO2 and Mailing here are the ones fighting it out for this position, because when you go to the stage itself, you can see how much people have pushed, and you can see I'm on rank 6, and if we come all the way up to the top, you can see Mailing has already done 2.5 million. So he's done a big push already, and he's nowhere near where he needs to be, especially to catch up to me and the other guys, right? And if we come down, you can see I'm at 1.8, and then on top of that, if we go a little bit lower, GTO2 1.3. So potentially those guys might have already pushed as much as they can, and it's just the last little bits coming out of their accounts. I am kind of confident that with this 1.6 million push we've done, so we've got a 22 million cap basically, we're gonna secure that rank 10, but we don't know. We don't know until tomorrow, so I am kind of shitting bricks here, guys. I'm shitting bricks. Everything is where we're at. We've got some resources left over if we need to, but I'm going to be honest, I am honestly dry on speed ups now until obviously we go to war. I've got a ton of healing speed ups still, so I can obviously fight in the healing department. But when it comes to what my account looks like now, you can see I am over 20 million power now, so I've gone over 4 million power in that push. It felt really nice. Honestly, we'll go over the heroes that we've done as well, just to end this section before we go into tomorrow. But here we go. We've got all of my, like I said, buildings here to 26. And what I'm going to be doing now on my actual account is getting all of these to level 29. This is just, as I've said throughout the video, it's actually helped me a lot because it's giving me that 13% training speed on each of those buildings. So times that number by 4, that's how much trading speed reduction I actually had. And if I get it down to up to 29, that's 16%. That's 64% trading speed on that. That's crazy. So definitely aiming towards that. If we go into actually training troops, you can see I actually pushed all my troops to a nice kind of healthy amount, because at the moment all my troops use between 105,000 to about 116,000 troops. So we've got a nice buffer on each of them for deads when we get into it, but we've got 188k, 187, 189, and then 191 on the archers. And as you can see, we are training still some of these flat out. So by the end of the day, if we need to, we might be able to just crank out and last little bit of extra push on these for these troops, just to give us a little bit more of a buffer to end things on today, right? Because this is the final day, and obviously I'm going to be asleep most likely when it hits reset, so it's going to be a surprise to me, and I'm looking forward to it. But if we kind of just have a quick rundown as well, look, all of my mills 23 now, which feels really good just because of the food actual increase it's coming into my account. You need food, guys. It's unreal. Then over here are the lumbers. We kind of got them both to at least 15, and I kind of stopped and made this one 16 by accident, but it is what it is. You need that for the different types of actual limited time assessments. You can see these code villagers. I'm only missing now these two, right? So this one is just to get 4 more villagers, which I'm going to get very, very shortly. But we've got all the training based ones to all the different units, because we did get level 15 on all of the others. And then over here on the gold again, we've got 15 on 2, and we are working technically right now towards this. And this is a nice easy bit of cheap power just to keep climbing through while we, you know, progress through the day. So that's kind of where we're at, and I'm actually quite happy, honestly, the progression of the account. For you guys, just to showcase the research, we are doing this one just to get it out of the way. It might be just a cheap way I can get some extra points too, just because of the power on it. But once we've done that, I'm actually going to go back into my eco tree. You can see I'm actually pushing towards research speed 3. That's going to allow me to go then, as you can imagine, for the final push here, which is going to be the T7 push on the account. So again, I actually feel quite happy where we progressed in this MGE, if we unlock RAM or if we don't. But honestly, I really want fucking RAM on my account. It's just one of those matches that we want to work on. So from here, as you can see, we got the Radiant Guardian unlocked. We hit the level 7 on it as well, level 10, level 1 on the Tranquil. And then coming down to the other rings, we did push level 10 on a load of them. And then coming down to our actual Lubu match, I started pushing a little bit more actual, you know, free bit of dust that we earn into this today, just to give us some extra points. And obviously that's what we've been kind of doing today, just mid-maxing the amount of points we can get from medals, scrolls, and ring upgrades if we're able to, right? But yeah, I'm feeling good. Able to get Julius Caesar to 3-star feels nice. And then even my Octavian, almost there, guys. Almost there. So I'm going to get Ramcam, unlock the 3rd star for Octavian, and then I'm just going to work on Ramcam. So then I've got a 3-star lineup for all of them. And as I've already known from testing, especially with the build-up that I am running, even on the Octavian, is the same build that I did on the tests. And it might be, there could be a better build out there, but I know this works for me and it works for my account. So I'm going to be rocking this one for now. And I actually can't wait for it. So hopefully tomorrow we wake up, guys, and we get him. We get Ramcam. Hopefully we get him. I'm honestly, this video, I've been recording this each day and getting all the bits and going through the ups and downs of getting pushed out and not being pushed out of these rankings has been just a stressful roller coaster. I'm going to be real with you guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. I'm going to leave this section there and let's see tomorrow if it was all enough. Right, here we go. I know it's been a long way, and honestly, I am excited to see what happened overnight. Did I secure the spot or not for Ramcam? Because it has been, honestly, last night, just crazy. The fact that we were pushing a little bit further, and I'll explain what happened during the last couple of hours, and then basically I just collapsed and fell asleep. So I actually don't know at midnight what the actual final points were. So basically what were happening were I could see certain people slowly pushing but not doing too much pushing, right? Which was fair enough. They're pushing through, right? But we still had to get a threshold. I had to set a threshold here. So let's see. We're on the mightiest governor. Phoenix came first. Wrath came second. Ghost came third. And the thing is, we just need a top 10 position. And I was holding position 9. Right. Here we go. Come on, Vision. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! That was so scary, bro! Oh my god, Mailing made a push at the end. Oh, that feels so good. It feels like a whole, like I've won the Super Bowl. Honestly, I feel like I've just won the Champions League, dude. Oh my god. So what happened last night? I don't know, apart from when I went to bed, I had all of my marches, and I mean this, all of my marches farming tiles. So when they came back, it would have been 1 minute before reset to get us wherever we needed to be. And you can see here, it did pay off, giving us that little extra push. And Mailing was 1.7 million points behind in this stage, which is nuts because he pushed 1.7 million points in the final area. But what does that mean? You know what it means, guys. We are finally owners of Ramcam, and it's honestly, I can't wait. I have been wanting this hero on my account for so long, and honestly, he's one of my favorite heroes, if not my favorite hero in Age of Empires Mobile, just because, yes, he's not a power hitter. No, he's not any crazy stuff like that. He's a support, but he's a unique support in his own right. So if we jump over now, we can go over to these custom legendary hero chests. And if you already had Ramcam, for example, already maxed out and you won this, you can use them to get universal sculptures, just to give you guys a heads up. But we're not doing that. We're using all 10 on the medals. Here we go. Yes, boys. Oh, I'm so happy right now. We've got him. He's there. He's ready. And I'm not going to exchange him right now because obviously there's the bundle pop-up. We're going to wait until the end of the month and stuff, and we'll pick that up. And we can start saving stars now to actually work on this Ramcam because, as you guys know, we have got the 3-star Julius Caesar, and at the end of things, we did. I did push a bit more and get that 3-star on Octavian. So honestly, this MGE was all over the place. But at the end of it, I went from 16 to, I think it was around 16.1, 16.3 million to 20.2. So I've almost gained 4 million power in that push. And that was all from, honestly, doing the buildings, getting the buildings up, training troops at over 200k on each of the troops, and then obviously working through all of the heroes and all of the rings that we were unlocking and upgrading the rings. Oh my god, but it's over. The stress is over, and I can go back to normality. I can start saving up all my resources again, because as you can see, we're already going into the mightiest empire event. So we've got to get a move on, right? So hopefully it's going to be a good one. We're against Empire 40. We will do a video on this, don't you worry. But for now, that is goodbye, because we did it. We finally did it. We pushed an MGE, we won an MGE, and unlocked KHAM on our account. So if you guys want to know how to do it, hopefully this video has helped you guys out, and you can hopefully feel one day the roller coaster of a journey that is trying to push and unlock a MGE top 10 hero. So until the next one, stay safe guys, stay sneaky, peace out.